This is one of the best movies of all time. I'm so happy that I greenlit this movie. It's so perfectly paced and beautifully written. I'm so happy that I wasted my time. Let's talk about Madam Webb. Madam Webb is about a paramedic named Cassandra Webb, played by Dakota Johnson, who begins to get visions about the future and uses those powers to save 3 girls from getting killed by the villain. I liked this movie as much as Dakota Johnson liked this movie. I knew this movie was gonna be bad, and I'm one of the lucky ones that saw some of the reviews before going to see the movie. And the only reason why I saw this movie is because I have an A-list subscription, and also I wanna save y'all 15 bucks. When you hear people saying that there's no action in this movie, believe them. And I was thinking when people were saying, oh, there's no action in this movie, I was thinking that they were saying, oh, it's like poorly done, like in Morbius. But no, the action that you see in this movie, believe me when I say that you've seen it already. If you've seen the trailers, you've seen all of the action that's in this movie. I'll tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. And I talked about this in my Mean Girl review, right? And how production companies are actively hiding what their movies are about. And yes, okay, it's a Spider-Man movie. So you think, oh, it has to have this action, it has to be similar to the Peter Parker that we know. It has to be something like that. But imagine if Joker, 2019 Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, imagine if they had advertised that as an action movie. And then you go in and you're seeing this, and this is a drama. This is a depression drama movie. What? We would have all been like, this is a whole different movie than what we were expecting to get. So why not just advertise Madam Webb as a drama and lean into that? So the movie starts out with Cassie's 9-month pregnant mother in the Amazon forest trying to find this like super spider. It's revealed later that the reason why the mother was out there so pregnant is because she was trying to find this spider to heal her baby of this bone disease that she has. So our main villain of the story also wants this spider because he wants to be a spider person. Oh, skirt. Wait. You can't say Spider-Man in this movie. You have to say spider person, okay? Spider person that can climb ceilings, okay? You can't say Spider-Man in this movie, and we'll get more into that. But he also wants this spider, and he literally put her, once she found the spider, which she found so quickly, minutes after she was like, oh, I can't find it. Found it like 2 minutes later. And he shoots, and Ezekiel shoots the rest of the researchers, holds Cassie's mother at gunpoint. You are 9 months pregnant and you want to save this spider because, oh, I want to save my daughter. How about we save your daughter by not getting shot? She's wrestling with him. Of course, he shoots her and runs off with the spider, whatever. Cassie's mom is found by the spider people in the trees. I'm sorry, it's wild. Spider people in the trees. They take her to a body of water. Cassie is delivered. Cassie's doing fine because they have Cassie's mom. She gets bitten by the spider. The mom dies. Cassie lives. Present day, 2003. Whatever. This just stick with me. So now that we're in present day, we get introduced to Cassandra Webb and Ben Parker. Yes, you heard that correctly. Benjamin Parker, aka Uncle Ben, aka Uncle to Peter Parker, which you can't say. Skirt. Can't say Peter Parker. And I truly believe that the Parkers were in this movie just for fan service. They served no purpose to this plot. They served nothing to this plot. And I feel like the problem that I have a lot with these Sony movies is that they're trying to connect these characters to Spider-Man. And I understand that this is under the Spider-Verse or Spider Universe. I get it. I got it. Awesome. But we have these Spider-Man characters that have their own lives outside of Peter Parker. I don't understand why. It just takes away from the story when they try to do fan service. But then also they can't even do it in full because they have to be vague because of the contracts. When I'm watching a movie, when I'm watching a movie, I don't want to be thinking about the corporation that made the movie. I don't want to be thinking about the movie process, the movie making process, thinking about, oh, Sony owns this, but Disney owns that, so they have to say these, they can't say these certain things. Like, I don't want to be thinking about that. I just want to watch the movie and enjoy it. Let's move on to the villain. Was the villain AI generated or something? Did they deep fake him in? Because why was the ADR so bad. He was voiceovered the majority of the movie and it didn't even match his lips. So when he was talking, I was like, wait, what? That's not what he's saying. That's not how his lips are moving. And I don't know if they did this on purpose or something, but it's just like this movie had an $80 million budget. There's no reason for it to be that poorly done where we're able to notice it, for where casual fans are able to notice it. Because I, as a filmmaker, I'm able to notice when something's ADR'd because I've watched so many movies and we've taken classes on those things. So I'm able to like see, I'm like, oh, this has been ADR'd. But like when I watch reviews, no one ever mentions it. And I'm like, oh yeah, because it's not that bad. It's like, okay, it's voiceover, but it's not that bad. This was so bad to where casual movie watchers are like, wait a second, that isn't completely right. But that's not even the worst of it. Let's talk about his superpowers. So he's also able to see into the future, but like way, way, way into the future, and only when he's dreaming. I think he's able to see like 5 or 10 years into the future. And what sucks about these future sequences that he's seeing is that this is the only time that we see our girls, our main, our teenage girls that we're seeing in this movie. This is the only time we're able to see them in their suits, and it's for about 3 seconds. No, let me not exaggerate. It's for about 2 minutes out of this 2-hour movie. And I remember seeing a promo of Sydney Sweeney being like, oh, I vouched for me to be upside down because I wanted to be like this ballerina-esque and it thing. I don't know. I just really needed to be upside down, blah, blah. We see her upside down for a good 2 seconds. You see her upside down more in her trailer and when she's talking about it than in the movie itself. So yeah, once he figures out that these 3 girls are going to kill him in the future, he's like, oh, well, let me get to them first before they get their superpowers. So he finds the girls on a train and Cassandra is luckily there and she's able to see in the future that he's going to grab them and kill them. So before that happens, she decides to save them. First off, hi, Sony, we're not dumb. The way that these dream sequences were made me feel like Sony feels like their audience is dumb enough to not notice when something is different or when something has been repeated. We were able to find an accidental Starbucks cup in a scene of Game of Thrones. I think we'll know when there's continuity changes or when a scene is being repeated or when she's having a vision. We're able to see that. You don't have to make it extremely loud so that our brain is like, oh, this is a loud sound. So if we hear that loud sound again, guys, make sure to know that this has been repeated. Oh, you see a bright light? Did we see that bright light again? Yes, see, we did see that bright light again. That scene has been repeated. Like, this is not Dora. Like, that train scene made me so mad. I was sitting there like, yo, okay, we get it. All right. She's repeating the scene, bro. It made me mad, yo. All right. She's seeing the future. Okay, let's go. Move on. This movie was so bad. I'm mad. Okay, whatever. So she saves the girls, and she is now wanted for kidnapping by the NYPD, right? And instead of being like, oh, hey, like I know these girls, like they are not kidnapped, she really does end up kidnapping them, taking them to a forest, and then being like, hey, girls, hey, 3 teenage girls, stay in this forest, do not leave. I need to go check something out. For some reason, I don't even remember what she went to go check out. Like, I need to go check something out. Don't leave. Stay in this forest with no food, water, nothing. And I'll be right back. And she leaves them for a long time. Like, when she leaves, it's when they get there, it's daytime. By the time she gets back, it is night. So of course the girls go to a diner to go get some food, and because they're like, what is going on? So they go to this diner, and again, the writers are being lazy, and just to move the plot forward, they think of something dumb like, oh, the kids are gonna stand on top of tables and bring attention to themselves. And you're probably thinking, oh, Alea, well, they're teenagers. Teenagers do dumb things. Teenagers watching this, did you hear that? They just called you stupid. Would you do something like that? If you were being hunted down, saw a man on the ceiling, crawling on the ceiling earlier that day, would you also bring attention to yourself because, oh, you're just a teenager? Comment down below right now. I want you to be like, no, yeah, I would, Alea. Actually, I would. I would stand on a table and bring attention to myself. Then I'd be like, I've been silenced. But really, in reality, no, you would not. I'm mad. I've wasted 2 hours of my life, okay? So anyways, after Cassie saves them from the diner, she leaves the kids with Uncle Ben, and she goes to Peru easily, by the way, because apparently she's no longer wanted by the police for kidnapping. She's able to take the yellow cab that she stole from somebody, took the license plate off, go to the airport, give ID, give passport, go to a different country, and come back easily. Okay, but anyways, okay. So let's talk about the Peru scene. With great responsibility comes great power? You've got to be joking. You've got to be joking. The fact that this random man that met her mom for 2 seconds, delivered this baby, delivered Cassie, meets Cassie, and is like, I've been waiting for you this whole time. And tries to be like this wisdom, Yoda, Professor X type character, Uncle Ben type character, trying to be like, with great responsibility comes great power. That just right there, if you haven't seen this movie, that right there alone, that line alone should tell you how poorly written this movie is and how they're not taking this seriously in any shape or form. Okay, so with great responsibility comes great power. So you just switched it. You just switched the 2 lines. Just because she is a spider person doesn't mean that she has to go do the same steps as Spider-Man, as Peter Parker. That right there made me almost jump up and fight the screen. It made no sense for that to be in the movie at all. Anyways, I just want to skip to the end of this movie. She gets back to America, New York, easily, once again, just gets back in the same yellow cab and then steals an ambulance car because the 3 girls and Ben and Mary Parker or whatever have to, like, she's in labor, Peter Parker's coming, so they all go to the hospital together, which makes no sense because they're teenagers. They could have stayed home while Peter Parker was getting delivered. Whatever, not gonna get into that detail either. So Ezekiel's able to see them on the traffic cams because his minion, who lives there 24/7, has 9 screens, is able to find them because she's there 24/7. She has no other life other than working for Ezekiel. And so once they find them, blah, 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 they get to a roof. The final sequence, let's just get to the end sequence. I'm tired of this movie. They fight on a roof, and all in all, the 3 girls are about to die. And Madam Webb unlocks this new superpower of being able to, like, separate herself into 3 ghost-like figures and save the girls, because the guy in Peru was telling her you can be in several places at once in the same time or something like that. I don't know, bro. This movie breaks my mind. It does not make any sense. So she's able to save the girls by separating her body into 3 different ghost-like figures and saves the girls from falling off the edge, each one of them. And Ezekiel's just watching like, should I stop her? Should I stop her? This is crazy work. No, nothing trying to stop her, whatever. He ends up getting defeated by a Pepsi sign. Whatever! I don't care, I don't want to get into it. He gets defeated by a Pepsi sign, whatever. Madam Webb falls into the water, wakes up at the hospital, blind, paralyzed. Blind, paralyzed. It is not explained how. Okay, I'm sorry, this movie is wild. And it is not explained how she wakes up blind and paralyzed. Not explained. Whatever. Once again, whatever. She gets home. She's home, whatever. The three girls are like, we're a family. The 4 of us are a family. And Madam Webb is now this Professor X type character. And she's like, I see your future and y'all are all going to be great spider women. I don't care anymore. Guys, I'm trying to finish this video. I don't care anymore. She's like, you're going to be this spider person. And like, I see y'all 3. And again, we see them in their suits. And it's just reused footage that we saw earlier in the movie. And it's insane. Let's just say that. This movie is all over the place. And I can't even give it the grace of like, oh, it's bad, but like it has some good moments. No, dude, like it just doesn't make any sense. And there's no way to make a part 2 because there's so many like open-ended storylines at this point. Anyways, I rate this movie a 1.5 out of 10. And the only reason why I give it a little, instead of a 0, I give it a 1.5, is because Dakota Johnson did the best that she could do with the script that she was given. I will give her that. When she was on the screen, I enjoyed her part. She is a good actress, and she was like, let me do what I can. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of Madam Web. If you actually liked the movie, let me know. Let me know and give me a good, in-depth explanation about why this is a good movie and that it deserves a part 2. Okay? And also make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.